Should I quit my job and take the leap? That is one of the most common questions I've been hearing during my last couple of years of coaching conversation. I'll take this opportunity to talk about it, share my perspective around that. I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-pillar setup that in a way helps you land on an answer to this exact question. I just want to let you know that this is not about me telling you whether you should do it or you should not do it, but the perspective which I want to bring in is basically a sense how are you looking at it, and that is more about self-reflection and being able to internalize this thought and then come out with the whatever right answer suits you. One of the things about these kind of questions is that your mind starts having this conversation, and that is absolutely normal. So if you really look at it, what's happening is that it's a conversation between your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex. Your amygdala is always about safety. Your prefrontal cortex is giving you reasoning to figure it out where the growth is. So that's the swing which is happening in your mind. And if that is what is bothering you, there's nothing much you can do about it. That's the way the mind is designed. That's the way mind is wired to do that. But what you can do instead is basically provide some kind of reasoning, some kind of articulation, which can really help you to kind of manage this swing. And what I invite you to ask yourself, where exactly is the thought coming from? Do you feel that this is coming from something which you are running away from, which has roots in terms of your fear or frustration? If that is where it is coming from, definitely that's not the right time to take the leap. Instead, what you would like to do is spend time on investing and correcting things around you. It could be your scenarios, it could be a relationship, at work, at your personal space, but there's something more which you have to do if that is what is bothering you. But if this thought is coming from what you are moving towards, it is helping you to move towards something, definitely there is something you may want to dig in, because that is coming from vision, that is coming from purpose. And if that is how you feel about it, then definitely that's the way to look forward to make the leap. So basically, the difference between these two thinking is going to decide your next step. That defines your why. And once you have that why sorted out, you need a structure in terms of taking it forward. What I would like to offer is basically a simple framework. The next step, what you can do is check with yourself your readiness about it, and let's call it 3 pillars of readiness. What I would like you to explore, first one is your emotional readiness. Now think about any of the entrepreneur journey it is really going to test your resilience. These are situations where you not be comfortable, you have to make tough decisions, you have to be in a scenario which you have not been exposed otherwise. You need a lot of emotional resilience to be able to go through the scenarios. So you may want to reflect upon whether your emotional readiness is there or not. And if it is not, it's perfectly fine. The objective is not whether you have it or not, but it's more about, are you aware of it? How good you are building your awareness to be able to understand your emotions is very key factor. The second one, which I think most of the people connect with, is your financial readiness. Whenever I get this question about how did you manage to do that, while there could be many layers to it, you are asking about, how did you decide your goal? How did you align in terms of what you're really interested in? How did you create a path in terms of going forward? I have a sense that most of the people really want to understand is that how did you manage your financial readiness? You don't need to be a millionaire to start, but yes, you need a runway. And of course, your runway needs to be something which gives you enough cushion to take off. It is not about just creating a cushion of 1 month of your salary and then taking the jump. But yes, I think a decent 6-month to 12-month kind of runway where you can focus on your ideas and thought is good enough. There's a possibility that at the end of the year, this whole thing does not translate into what you're looking for. But trust me, the learning which is going to happen will be exponential. And even if you have to come back, there is a lot which you can share as a story of this journey. So 6 months to 12 months I would say is good enough if you can create that cushion and go after the idea. So that's more about your financial readiness. So if you want me to make a detailed version of all of these 3 readiness, I can definitely go ahead and do it. The only thing I request is that share it with your extended network. We would love to see ourselves to 1,000 subscribers. Help us with that, and we'll make that effort to provide a much detailed explanation and version of all of the 3 pillars. Looking forward for your support and 1,000 subscribers. The third readiness check is about people. Now, this is I'm talking about you have to make an effort to surround yourself with people who are just not the cheerleaders, but these are the people who will guide you. These are the people who will keep you honest and accountable for the journey which you have taken. This could be coaches, there could be mentors, this could be communities, basically where you go and explore your journey. So there it is. I think these three pillars, your emotional readiness, your financial readiness, and your people readiness are the central theme. If you can explore that, then you are ready to move to the last part, which is the transition. Now the transition, there is, I think most of the people just think about this as jumping from a cliff, which is harakiri. You don't have to jump from the cliff. You have other options too. You can actually go out something like you can start something in parallel, you can do an internship, you can run it like a side project, see where it is really landing. And the amount of time which you otherwise spend thinking about doing something about it, you can actually use that time to just create a parallel ecosystem where your primary income source is still there, but you can experiment in different way. Obviously, you will not be able to give it 100%, but definitely it helps. And I think it gives you a lot of conviction that if the journey is all about a vision and a purpose, you are able to experiment it in a way that is really a good foundation for you to take that jump, take that leap forward. So there it is. You can go ahead and see how it lands for you if you are able to think in this way. Your mind, always be very careful in terms of the story which your mind is really playing to you. Generally what happens, you have a sense of fear, or you want to be perfectionist. Trust me, you cannot be 100% perfect before you make that leap. It never happens. It will never happen. You will have to start somewhere. So perfectionism will not happen. Comparison, you may compare, I am not really landing the way the other person's story landed. Doesn't matter. It is your story. It is your time commitment which you are giving. So your outcome will be different. So just have that at the back of the mind and you should be good. And any amount of just harder, the more harder you think about it is not going to help you out. But what will really help you out is that one brave step. And that's what I would like you to go ahead and explore. Thank you.